There are many simple things in the world. Shovels. They are all different. Gardening shovel. Unloading shovel. Children's shovel. But there is also a different shovel. We use it when we come to the position. In short time, it helps us dig a trench which saves us from bullets. If a tank will pass over the trench, there is a high probability that it will not cause any harm to the soldier. We dig in the ground, deeper, and then connect the trenches with our friends to the left. In just a few hours, trenches are all connected. When we do not have an axe, we can use a shovel to cut a loaf of bread. A soldier uses a shovel as a paddle, crossing the wide river under enemy fire. If we run out of ammunition, we will use a shovel again, and then we'll move on. And when we get the order to stop, we'll take a shovel again and build around us an impregnable fortress. This fortress is defended by the army of Ukraine, our army.
A lot of people look at us as robots who are just out doing a job, but everything we see and do affects us just like it does everybody else.
A lot of problems with first responders and veterans is that now we're in a battlefield that's very different.
I've lost more friends to suicide than I did in combat, and it really hurts.
When you push the human envelope to those maximum extents, physically, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually, and then you pull that plug, nothing prepares you for the silence. Nothing prepares you for that void.
You can't come that close to death without it having some effect on you.
I'll never forget my wife telling me, you know, you're not the same Brett that I married.
What War Horses does is it puts you in that environment to, in essence, look in the mirror. But that mirror's that horse. And that horse is going to tell you where you're at.
You got to relax. You got to calm down. You got to slow your mind down and just think about this one thing, controlling that horse.
The first thing we do before we get on a horse, we breathe. Let go of everything. Let go of everything in your head. If I don't let go of everything, I cannot be present with the horse.
It's magic. I just started crying. It was the first time in my life that I literally let everything go.
Compassion, generosity, love, all of these things trickle back into what it is to be a human being.
It's completely changed me.
All the confidence I had lost, it started coming back working with these horses. They've given me my life back.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy, had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar, a straight-up omelet bar. And now look, my former interns tossing me down a bottomless freaking pit. You know, come to think of it, my whole life has been a series of what the moments. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
You said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Broadcasting live from the Function Center of Texas. This is the Monday edition on 25 September 2023 in the year of our dumpster fire, of course. I'm your host, and of course, Massey in the gunner seat. Sup.
I've increased the level of shit boxery around me this week. I've got wires and shit over here from work.
You look like there's like work shit back there. It looks like there's things happening. There's things.
Some work, some testing, some training, some non-explosive making materials. So,
no, of course. Whatever Coast Guard people do on their off time. There you go.
Yeah.
Can I make that joke? Is that too
Just
soon?
a bunch of fucking boat antennas.
Is it really? Oh
no,
man,
no, it's like part of my lighting shit, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm still trying to finagle the lighting around my new studio and stuff. It's the same thing. But anyway, so welcome to the Monday edition. We're gonna sit here and just shoot the shit today. It's kind of like we really don't have a sort of a kind of an agenda, but we do, but we don't.
Yeah,
most of it's just like blabbing.
You always have an agenda.
Well, yeah, I've been, according to the conspiracy theorists, I do.
You're always psyopsing all of us.
Psyops. I'm using psyops. I'm psyopsing everybody. Psyops.
You psyoped me into being a part of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm here of my own volition.
Yeah, no, you think so? These aren't the droids you're looking for. These aren't the shows.
Twice if I need help.
Anyways, man, no, it's just one of those days. Here's the thing. It's like right now, the political environment, normally we talk about politics and stuff like that. The political environment's kind of heated right now.
It is.
Got a threat of a government shutdown.
Yep.
Threat of money. Threat of money not going away and stuff like that. However, I'm just going to go ahead and drop this article in the chat so that way y'all can read along with me, or because I'm not going to read every fucking bullet on the slide type thing. But if you go in the chats, and you'll see that Congress eyes protecting military pay ahead of government shutdown, which,
good. Of
course, everyone's kind of like talking smack, saying that, money. It's always. I'm at a conundrum right now. It's like, why is it that fucking pay always has to be an issue when it comes to a government shutdown? I bet you Congress is still going to get fucking paid.
Yeah.
I mean, so I just, man.
Well, the thing is, though, is most people in Congress don't need to get paid.
Right. Well, the original purpose of Congress, isn't that what you just fucking did it? You hardly got paid, and then you went out and fucking represented your constituents in DC, and then you went back tending to farms. Then you went back to, or operating the mills or whatever. And whatever, back in the Industrial Revolution.
You had to go back to make sure your kids went back to the mines.
Yeah, exactly that. Make sure Jebediah was good to go. And so it's always, it just blows my mind that every end of the fiscal year, which everybody knows that the government works, their finance is different. They don't go by calendar year, they go by fiscal year, and it's 1 October. Mm-hmm. And it just seems like every fucking time we shake the, how do you say, shake the jimmies, or get the fucking, we get the military, or we get them all just jumbled. Everyone gets all fucking nervous. I would too. You just get fucking nervous.
Yeah.
Because you start hearing this talk, and then there's real talk. There's real people behind these numbers.
Yeah. And it's every year. It's every year.
Yes.
Every year.
Yes.
I mean, I remember when I was in, being like, oh, we might not get paid in a few weeks, and just be like, wow, fuck.
Yeah. So I'm fucking not got paid in a few weeks, then I'm not coming to work.
Yeah.
I would. I tell my troops, man, what? If there's going to be a government shutdown and there's no money coming, save your gas. Save your gas. Don't come to work. Don't fucking. There's no need for you to waste your money. Nah, just stay home. And here's another thing too. Here's what trips me out about sometimes how the military works. Sometimes,
but we have $20,000 to spend by the end of the month, or we don't get our fucking budget next year.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, where the fuck did that money come from?
It's a lot of flashlights, guys.
Yeah,
a lot of flashlights.
and some fucking supplies and dry erase boards and all that. Look at the XO got a new desk, a new cherrywood desk.
Yeah.
What's funny is that I shouldn't say it's not funny. Is that all the fucking time that they do this? There's always this talk. Now look, we just had a pandemic shutdown of everything. Mm-hmm. We didn't have anybody come in to work. We didn't have anybody come in the military. We had minimal manning and all that. Even the leaders were saying, this is a great look back. We could get this is an awesome opportunity to do workforce management and do this remote work. And we could do that. We don't really need to be at work. We don't have to have all the force here. Look, with this after action review, now we can have all our, we could do teleworking and dude, I mean, me and Spanky were broadcasting, we were making fun of kind of like how there were people making them do PT and remote. They had promotion boards that were done remote. So if a leader, again, I would say the same thing. I wish I had that shit back when I was still in. If there was a threat of government shutdown, I'll just say, don't come to work. As a matter of fact, don't come to work, and you could Zoom at work. If we have a meeting, we could Zoom it. That's it. Just don't come to work. I'm not gonna have you fucking come in and waste your gas, and then come eat because you're gonna spend money on chow. Matter of fact, don't even take your kid to daycare. Stay home.
Yeah. If you can't do anything, then you can't do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but not according to Big Sarge. Big Sarge needs to have everybody there. We thought after the pandemic, when it was a lockdown, Big Sarge we thought we saw the end of Big Sarge. No. Like the sports bar says, exactly that. You know what you can't do remotely? Clean mold in the barracks. This is true. That fucking shit was atrocious, man. When I had fucking Sarge's time and was posting all that fucking barracks, all this barracks shit. I was so awesome that I had fans interacting with me and all that with that one, but Jesus Christ, dude, it's fucking. So anyways, lawmakers are prepping for paychecks to guarantee paychecks for troops in case of a government shutdown next month, arguing that jeopardizing military finances could hurt national security. No shit. If successful, the move would blunt some of the potential impact shattering of the federal services to ensure service members pay. Oh, Massey, including members of the Coast Guard. Look at that.
What?
There you go.
I'm just like they had to mention it specifically.
It's almost like a jab, almost like a joke.
including the Coast Guard.
Including the fucking Coast Guard because they want to be this. They want to be like the military. Blah 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 blah.
Still, did you ever watch the show Space Force on Netflix?
Yes, I fucking love that show.
Stood up and Coast Guards are like, yes, we're finally not the worst branch, and they're like, no, hold on there.
Yeah. Did you know? And here's some WTF Nation / some WTF Nation pop culture warrior. We were gonna have we were working on having John Malkovich and Steve Carell from Space Force come on, and they canceled the show. CQ was getting pumped for that shit, dude.
Yeah,
he was excited. I was excited too. Fucking John Malkovich, come on, dude, he's a badass actor.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at any rate, yeah, even the Coast Guard. But Congress only has a week to adopt this legislation to head off any military paycheck problems. If the lawmakers don't do this and do not reach a short-term budget extension or full-year appropriations plan for the government agencies by 1 October, then resulting in that will trigger a partial government shutdown, furloughing thousands of federal workers and shutting down non-essential military activities like family moves.
Jesus.
And some training operations. Hey, you know what? The way the Army's going right now, I see you, Fort Riley. What's been going on over at Fort Riley, by the way? Oh, yeah. Fort Riley. Y'all having some loose gats over there in Fort Riley? Heard y'all had a pretty good health and welfare there at Fort Riley, Kansas, the 1st Infantry Division, huh?
Yeah.
Up in the double digits, yeah. That must have been a pretty good fucking health and welfare. We know. That's a.
But I feel like at this point, man, the government shutdowns, well, it's probably been this way for a while, whatever, but it's a tool at this point for parties to leverage whatever the hell they're wanting to get out of the budget and everything else. I mean, it's really.
You're right. It's like a forcing function.
It's a leverage.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Troops will still be required to report for duty, but could miss their first scheduled mid-October paychecks if the government stretches from days and weeks.
Wow.
Just in 2013, there was just hours. There was hours before and you know, you're right. I fucking hate how the troops are always, and it's always the parties that say they support the troops are the ones that are like knee deep in fucking over the troops, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Balls deep, if you will.
Balls deep. Balls, elbows, knees deep. Yeah. Clapping cheeks on the fucking troops.
Yep.
Dragging sacks. No, dragging sacks is not an animal. Dragging scrotum, over the faces of troops. God, you guys are being literal tonight. And so anyway, last Thursday, Representative Jennifer Kiggins, Kiggins, Kiggans, Kiggins. Is it Kiggins? What's in your area? Well, around there, like Virginia. So,
Kiggin.
Yeah, Kiggin. Anyways, it sounds like a species in fucking Star Trek. Or we're gonna arrive into the Kiggin system.
What'd you call me?
Yeah, exactly. Kiggin A. Anyways, introduce the Pay Our Troops Act, which mirrors those military pay protection from the past government shutdown threats. See, that's the thing. Why are we having? We're doing this just like we had it ready last time. Why are you even fucking considering that? Why is it always the first thing that the troops fucking up? Anyways, so this should not be a partisan issue, as she says. She's a Navy veteran. I would hope that all Democrats and Republicans should want to pay our military. Duh.
Right.
Duh.
Well, you think, because like with VA stuff, don't they budget that a year in advance, so it's funded a year in advance for like VA benefits, things of that nature? I don't understand why they don't do the same type of structure with at least pay for military members.
Right. It's specifically just the pay portion. I'll be honest with you. I hope we fucking, and I think the Army needs it. I think the military needs it right now. I personally think let the fucking shutdown happen so nobody goes to NTC, JRTC, and JRMRC to any maneuver training area. Just stop. Just as a matter of fact, I want that to happen because our soldiers are being dragged through the fucking mud. And the war's over. I keep beating this fucking dead horse. Infinity War's over. So why do we need to act like? I mean, that's. Hey, what you gonna cancel JRTC, but you're still gonna pay me? Fucking A. Who's the one that wants to cancel this shit? I'll vote for that person. Who's the one that wants to keep us paid? I'll vote for that person too.
Yeah.
I heard you can vote more than once. Is what I'm hearing. So.
Yep.
But I'm glad you brought that up because, as a matter of fact, that was going to be the next topic. The next topic was going to be that right there, those protections for the veterans. And if you guys want to look at the links inside that I'm popping in the chats,
yeah,
except for Twitter, or I'm sorry, formerly X, formerly known as Twitter.
AKA dumpster fire. Yeah,
dude, I know, man, I love it. It's fucking it. This is if you love dumpster fires, you can just swim in it.
See, that's the problem, though. That's one reason why I got off for so long, because I get so entrenched in the train wreck. Like, I love it so much, and siding and poking, and I'll argue with people that I don't even give a shit about the argument. It's just fun to see people getting so.
Yeah, you're getting. Yeah, exactly. It's awesome.
I have to limit my time.
It's like looking at the sun cleavage and fucking train wrecks. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's just you want to see it. You want to look at it. You're not supposed to look at it. It's you'll fucking.
All at the same time.
Too. Yeah, exactly.
Just all right
exactly.
there.
If there's cleavage underneath the sun, I'm looking at it with a train wreck happening in the same whatever.
Right.
The same thing. Yeah. So medical care and burials at cemeteries will continue according to the Department of Veteran Affairs in the event of a government shutdown, and it would be benefits such as disability compensation, pensions, education, and housing assistance. Yeah. And that's what the VA Secretary Dennis McDonough said. So. At least the veterans right now, if you guys are collecting some of that disability or going through your school program, think about all those guys that are going with the GI Bill and of course, but because though it's federal, the department would still feel the effects of the closures with the workers being furloughed and some offices being closed.
Yeah,
which that right there to me is kind of scary because then if you have behavioral health issues, I wonder if that's going to be shuttered. You know, I wonder if they're closing that.
I don't know. They just canceled my last psych appointment. That's supposed to be mid-October, and it was weird that they canceled it on me out of nowhere. Probably has nothing to do with it. Probably coincidence, but still interesting. Now that like putting all this together, I'm curious.
I am wearing my ghost hat right now, my zip zap hat. So I think that's a psyops hat. I think you're hitting it around the head area thing.
Yeah. Yeah. For my med management, I've still got all the other stuff, but as far as the actual appointment to physically go and do the thing, that's all they just canceled it on me.
That's a good point. So I wonder if individuals if they have appointments that are happening in the following month, what's going to happen then?
Yeah.
Like if you like you just said, you just got your shit canceled. So what about the individuals that don't have their shit canceled? Are they still going to be medical?
Well, what's interesting is so I have some of my stuff through the I just forgot the name of the program where you can get community care, right?
Yeah.
So you can get referred to whatever because of availability. So that stuff hasn't changed, but my appointment, a couple of appointments that were scheduled to be at the actual VA facility have been canceled. So
okay. Well, just to bring you up, the reason why they added the Coast Guard when we were joking around about the Coast Guard, it's like during the shutdown that happened in 2018, the Coast Guard, there were some fucking coasties working without pay.
Yeah.
And they were like relying on grants and food drives and fucking charity. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, shit was crazy.
What the? Dude, how is it? It's always the military. Well, we're not talking about the pet projects like whatever infrastructure that we have, or we got going on for all these bills that are being passed and all this money that's going for infrastructure. You're still hearing about roads getting fucking not worked on. You hear about bridges getting all fucked up. I know in the upper Northeast it's pretty bad.
Right.
Some in the Midwest too. There's some areas where they have. Patrick says, "Wait, you guys are getting paid? You guys get paid?" The Coast Guard, yes.
Usually you get because a lot of people are like Coast Guard. They just assume it's like a branch of or a division of like the reserves.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
which to brag on I'm not usually big on running my mouth. I mean, I like joking and shit, but really, with the amount of people that they have and the amount of jobs they do, the Coast Guard is one of the most like thinly stretched branch that covers the most. The missions that.
You're right. No, you're right because there's
less people in the Coast Guard than the NYPD.
Yeah, but have a larger geographic footprint because I know you guys do shit up in the Arctic. You guys do some shit. I mean, you guys do some of the port security out in the Middle East. You guys do the drug interdictions in the Caribbean.
Well, little known fact, we're the only branch of the military that has actual law enforcement jurisdiction in U.S. waters.
So how come they don't put you guys down on the border? Has ever been discussed? Has it ever been discussed about the border? Because our border is so fucking secured right now, quote unquote, with sarcasm.
I know they do a lot. With when I was in, it was a lot of stuff with. I was never involved because I was spent way too much fucking time in Alaska. But a lot of guys, a lot of stuff with Cuban migrants and things like that coming up through the Gulf and the Caribbean. But
see, that's what you're saying. That's what I'm saying too. It's like up in the Alaska, you were like legit on the front lines with Ivan. How many fucking Russian boats or airplanes,
I see, but we were right by the the Cobra Dane, the big Air Force top secret radar facility, and there is a thing on Attu Island where I was at that they used to come occasionally. These random dudes would come up that you didn't talk to them, and they were there just to monitor quote unquote seismic activity. So things like that, but you can see Russia from fucking where I was at on a clear day.
See, that's the thing. Everyone's breaking balls on Sarah Palin that you couldn't see Russia, but you can. That's what I thought, right? I mean,
from Attu Island you can, but that's also very into the fucking chain.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's at the end of the chain. So I'm just curious because everyone's like, breaking balls on fucking.
But we got to go with the Japanese consulate and find some unmarked graves and dig up some old World War II mass graves from Japanese soldiers and shit while I was there. It's a couple pretty cool things along the way.
Shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And you had a fucking.
I found a foot. It was crazy.
Whoa. Tell us that story. What happened?
No, so it's a members from the Japanese government because, the Attu Island was one of the only pieces of actual U.S. soil that the Japanese occupied during World War II for a little while. And we went in and just killed everybody. It was like everything there is like Artillery Valley and like Blood Hill and like all the shit. But there's a monument that's there, and I guess they had some records of some potential unmarked grave sites from Japanese soldiers when they were there. So they came out as like this little joint mission to try to document and find some, and we I was on one of the teams that went out and did a little digging out in the tundra and found some things, and yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wow. Okay. Oh, I mean, that's fascinating though, right there. That you're thinking. Well, I mean, think about World War II.
Yeah.
And here you are as a youngin' going through, and you find a foot.
Yeah.
I mean,
in a boot.
In a boot. Oh no shit! Wow.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well, now is it because the conditions there, the climate, did it preserve it pretty good? Did it?
Yeah, it was cold. It was buried under the tundra, you
Uh-huh.
know, and it wasn't like. And by foot, I don't mean it was like a whole like, hey, look, I found like a prop foot. I mean,
Yeah.
bone sticking out of boot and leather, and and all
Right.
that
Right. So, but it was, but for its condition, it's like it wasn't like most skeletal remains when they're doing that when they're doing the excavation for POWs and MIAs. It's where the bones are all over the place. But this was it was pretty contained.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But even then, there's still big areas of unexploded ordnances that, like, you can't go on the island from the time that, you get a map and the debrief when you first get there saying that, or the briefing that you can't go on these places X, Y, and Z. But there's still burnout fucking Jeep shells. There's still pieces of shit like laying around. It's pretty wild. And now bird watchers go there because there's rare species of like Asian birds that migrate through. It's fucking weird.
Wow. Now, is there any wreckages of like vehicles? Like, is there any vehicles there and stuff like that? Because
yeah, you'll find there's some old like you see some old burnout Jeeps and some shit like that, but they're in the like unexploded ordnance area, so you can't really go out and.
Oh man.
Buddy found like an old helmet with like a sniper hole through it. Like, I mean, there's still some creepy shit out there. And if you don't believe in ghosts, fucking walk around in there at fucking like 2 a.m. and not be able to. It's creepy as hell.
Do you believe in spirits? Do you believe in that? Do you believe in the paranormal and stuff like that?
I like to. I don't say that I have this hard like conviction behind it.
Yeah.
In my life, I'm pretty skeptical, but I've had some experiences, some shit that make me question, but nothing I'm gonna stake my life on. You know what I mean?
Like, it's there, but you just like, we want some like you want
I've
proof
had,
type.
I can explain away, but I need something a little more concrete before I'm like, oh yeah, 100%, that was a fucking ghost.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I kind of do. I mean, I believe in the paranormal, spiritual stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Maybe I believe in the paranormal. I can't define it as, oh, it's a ghost or
right.
It's
Yeah, exactly. Like,
there's some unexplained shit rolling around out there. Absolutely.
Oh man, I could imagine. Like, imagine out there sitting like some fucking, you're like, I'm sorry, in the middle of the night. What do you hear? I mean, what is it? Do you hear voices? I mean, what's the?
I never. It's just creepy. Like, but there's like heavy mist will roll in, and just at night, and it's just like dead fucking quiet. Of course, there's nothing there, and the wind and shit plays tricks. It's just creepy as hell. That's really what is. And plus, knowing the history and how like just the amount of just massacring that went on, during that time, and just the savagery of World War II, in general. It's just the you can feel that shit like in the air, like
yeah. There was I think it wasn't the anniversary of the recent release of the movie cartoon animation Heavy Metal. And did you ever see Heavy Metal, that cartoon?
Yeah.
You remember that one scene where the fucking B-20 where the bomber pilots get shot down on the island?
Oh shit!
And those fucking zombies come out because of that island that they landed on. They thought it was safe and all that, but they're like old Japanese and old American soldiers coming out of the fucking jungle and shit. That's my biggest the heebie-jeebies.
Right.
David said that if you ask a Navy vet if they're a ghost, that's another thing too. Military-wise with the ghosts, I think the Navy and I think like old Army, like Fort Leavenworth, bro, it's got the fucking ghost of. I mean, it's in the housings go and all that. I've been meaning to make a trip out there. Somebody invited me to come out and do the fucking. But yeah, like Brandon said, there's ghosts like in the Queen Mary. When I was a kid, I because the Queen Mary was also running guns and ammo and also it was a wartime ship too. Not only was it a cruise ship, but it was also a wartime ship. And dude, you're right, Brandon. It's the ocean is fucking freaky, dude. The fucking boats and ships.
Yeah. And then being out in the middle of just of course Coast Guard doesn't deploy near as long, but being out on deployment 2-3 in the morning on the back of a boat in the middle of the fucking Bering Sea, and it's just like glass. That shit's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
Then
you hear
not but like the history of the old Navy boats and shit.
Oh no, I've gone charter fishing before. And I go out there, and like you said, it's 2 a.m. and it's dark because you got to get the fish. You got to drive out to get the fish, and then you're just sit there waiting for the sun to come up. And you hear off in the distance, and there's nothing around you. You hear this ding, 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 like an old ding, ding. You're like, where the fuck is that coming from? And then you have those old salts that are at the boats, and like, oh well, sound travels. And I'm like, nah, that ain't fucking sound traveling because of whatever. That it give me the heebie-jeebies. I mean, don't get me wrong. It gives me the heebie-jeebies, but I have that, again, just like fucking Cleavage and Sun and Trainwrecks. You just got to see it. I just want to see it. I just want to,
Yeah, 100%.
I just like freaking somebody says, Patrick says he's looking at Google Maps now. The only buildings that I see are still standing are the side near Casio Beach. Are those actually any towns on that island?
I looked that up. I was confused because not long ago, because they decommissioned all the Loran stations that were there. That's what was primarily with the navigation. And if you don't know, Loran, like, was the predecessor to UPS, the GPS. It was all RF triangulation for navigation, all that shit. Anyway, Obama shut them down in 2000 something. Anyway, and they gave them back to like the Inuit people for a lot of the stations and stuff. And that last time I looked, it looked like they built a small town on that too, like a tiny little village. And I don't know if it's inhabited or if it's just like a fishing setup or what it is, but it was really weird to look at and see other buildings because it used to be. There was the old station that was built like pre-1940 something,
right?
Out in the old land strip, and they had rebuilt the newer station that was just a building and a runway and like the transmitter and all that shit. So, but yeah, to see a bunch of other buildings was really odd. So I don't know if that's accurate or been. I don't fucking know. To tell you the truth, but
that's crazy, dude. I mean, that's crazy. Like I said, I've been invited out to come to Fort Leavenworth to hang out the fucking ghost watching, ghost hunting. David says the Legend of the Flying Dutchman is one hell of a story. Yeah, dude, that right there too, man.
Yeah, I can't tell you. You know what? I'll share one of the weirdest. The one scary, it's fucking weird though. And so I was up in Port Clarence, Alaska too, which is on a little sand spit, just like 45 miles northeast of Nome. It's the only land-based unit that you could get. What is the coin for serving in the Arctic? And if you cross into the Arctic on a boat, I just completely forgot what the fucking thing. Anyway, but it's the only land unit you could get that coin from, or get that certificate.
Gotcha.
So anyway, up there, middle of nowhere, and supposedly Northern Lights were going to go out, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna go out so I can see this shit. So I hiked to probably a mile out from the station. It was the middle of the night, and shit came through the sky, and it wasn't like the Aurora Borealis where you'd see like the lights and everything. The motherfucker looked like a tube, maybe 2 feet in diameter, and like a snake rolled through the sky. When I had a buddy of mine with me, and he was like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, the Northern Lights. And shit went by, rolled overhead, and just kept on going. And that was I was just like,
and he said, he was probably saying like, no, fuck no, dude. It was not no goddamn.
That was like some kind of fucking sky snake. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Sky snake.
Crazy to say, but that shit creeped me the fuck out.
Oh man, yeah.
But the Inuits have all kinds of stories about that type of shit up there too.
Oh really? Oh wow, yeah. That shit, dude. That's just fucking fascinating as shit, dude. Because anything that's seafaring and stuff like that, anything that has to do with those types of legends, to me, just fascinating reading of what the origin story of what those could possibly be, and then the lore behind it. It's just you're just like wow.
Blue nose. It's blue nose. That's what I was looking for. Because you have different, as a sailor and any of the Navy guys know, when you cross into various seas or different like date lines or like the Golden Dragon, you have all that stuff. And Blue Nose is the one for the Arctic. So that's the only land based you can get. So I have my Blue Nose, and any of my Navy buddies are like, dude, you didn't really earn that. You're a piece of shit. I'm like, I don't care. I have it. So
I'm about to say, why is the Navy hating, dude? We're
well, even other coasties that have sailed and actually been up and
gotcha. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
It doesn't count. I'm like, no, fuck you, it counts. I spent a year with 12 other dudes, eat a dick.
Now, did you have any like cutter experience, like going up on a cutter and
as a non-rate I did, which is what before you get into your MOS, right? So they have non-rates in I don't know if they have in Navy, but just whatever. I was on the Alex Haley, which was an old Navy salvage vessel that had been converted to a Coast Guard vessel and out of Kodiak. So I spent a little bit of time on there. Yeah,
that's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah,
that's just.
I love the shit though, but again, I wasn't gone. Like the Navy guys, a year at a time on a fucking boat. A couple months.
Yeah, exactly. I remember before a normal float would be 6 to 9 months, and now those poor squids are just out there fucking forever. It seems like.
Yeah, one of my favorite jokes I got from I saw a fight break out. It's a couple Navy coastie guys hanging out, and the dude was like, what the fuck you guys what did the Coast Guard even fucking do, man? And he was like, who do you fucking think services y'all's wives when you're out of town for a year at a time?
Every time I want to see Marines and soldiers fighting, I'm picturing fucking brawling, punching, fighting, guys going through walls and windows. But I picture Navy and Coast Guard guys got like exactly. Bro, you're reading my mind. Exactly.
I don't know, you got those, man, some of those crusty fucking 7s and 8s rolling around that are just gnarly, been out for forever. Those dudes will throw down, man.
Yeah. Those old salts, man. It's just like the sea service to me is just fascinating. I just think that there's so much tradition behind sea service that it's like we can't even it's like the Army has their traditions, and then the Air Force has their quasi traditions. Yeah. Have you seen the promotions lately? They're fucking walking around these giant fucking anime swords and shit, trying to fucking promote like the order of the order of Final Fantasy V or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And so there's key, but the Navy and the Marine Corps, when it comes to sea traditions, the Navy specifically has the most badass fucking naval traditions that you're just like, I didn't even realize. I did a guest instruction at a naval facility, and they treated that like, because the way the Navy is, even when you're ashore, every department, it's treated like a ship. The facility is treated like a ship.
Yeah.
And the only time it's not treated like a ship is when you drive off. That's what I was told by an old Master Chief. And,
it's on the bulkhead. It's like, fucker, that's a wall. We're not on a boat.
Exactly. We're not on a boat. Exactly. But I just found it fascinating because I was a senior NCO and I was invited to eat at the mess, and you were just given a different type that it was expected in the service. It was expected that, yes, I had the rank of a senior chief, and even though I had the rank of a senior chief, I was going to be accorded that type of rank. And everybody, there was like in the Army is like, how come you're treating soldiers like this? Soldiers need to be like that. How come the soldiers are getting like this? Bitch, you fuck. I was as an Army guy, I was like, is this cool? And they're like, oh yeah, they're fucking squids. Don't worry about it. They're, the squabbies are, you call them squabbies or whatever it is. Like, the squabbies will be all right. They'll be all right. I was like, I just like, I'm not used to this, dude. Cause like, because I was kind of like timid. I didn't know how to act because I was in it. And then of course, working with the Navy deployed, I just didn't feel, it just felt awkward because as an Army guy, we're not instilled with that heavy fucking influence of that honorary, the customs of the sea. And so when I was serving on a fucking, like I said, I was a guest instructor at a course, and they fucking treated me like I was, like I said, look, senior chief, you got the same rank, what's rank? You're E8, okay, you're a senior chief, just what you gotta do. Yeah. And it just for me, I can never get into the swing of shit, if that makes any sense. Yeah. I still felt kind of awkward walking into like whatever. It's like, and then it's like fucking the next thing you know, I'm fucking, whatever. I'm like, dude, you guys are doing this in a building? You guys make that fucking noise in a building? I thought it was just like TV or some shit. You guys really do that shit in a building. Yeah. And like, oh, you have this call, that call, this call, this call, this whistle, that whistle, this whistle. I'm like, how do you guys fucking know? Yeah. And then he goes, and then the Master Chief and the Senior Chief that I was eating chow with were like, well, how do you know how to wear your boots? How do you know how your uniform is supposed to be? It's just instilled in us. It's just we have this system. Like, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. And the David says that Marines are soldiers who lost their way. I'll tell you what, man, I've been in some scraps with some Marines, man, and they can hold their own, but also they're damn good fucking teammates to have backups too. So
100%. I've never met a Marine whose ass I wouldn't whoop though.
Well, there's I've never met a Marine that wouldn't want to fight. That's the thing. It's like I know. It's like you have to like you're like, bro, you want to. So I'm just like, God dang, dude, fucking wow. So yeah, there's some of the Marines that I hung out with as well were like that. They're like, I mean, I thought I scrapped until you hang out with a couple of sergeants and staff sergeants and a gunny and then you have their LT, their platoon daddy, their plat daddy, their platoon leader sitting back and watching, and then he gives the gunny the head nod, and the next thing you know is on. You know what I mean? So, but
it's funny because out of all the ribbing and the new competitions, rivalries, all that stuff. In the end of the day, we're your brother stuff, but like the Coast Guard and Navy, like the Coasties and Marines for the most part, because the history goes back to like World War II, and the Coasties were driving a lot of the
Yes.
The boats in, and you know, there's a lot of historical ties there.
Because you guys did a lot of the marine landings for the Marines in some of the Pacific areas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one Coast Guard Medal of Honor winner was driving the frigates. I got shot like 18 times while he was and died while like transporting troops.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Wasn't he like fucking driving and he was pulling up pulling up on the fucking thing, and he was like, he didn't give a everyone's saying that the boat was taking fucking fire, and he was like, "Go Marines, go!" And he was fucking still like all bloody and shit. Dude, that's fucking insane.
Monroe, yeah.
That story is fucking incredible, dude. See, that's another thing too. Those are some of the stories like you wish there were good movies about. Like,
well, the old, because they, we give Navy a lot of shit too, because technically we're the oldest seagoing service. With
now, I was about ready to say, you guys kind of like beat the Navy out as the oldest seafaring service.
Yeah, the revenue tax cutters, and then the U.S. the life saving service, and those motherfuckers were insane. Anyway, like the old school guys were just going out in fucking canoes, basically, just save people.
Dude, that's fucking crazy, man.
And then we were Department of Treasury, and then we got, and what fucked us over is when they're like, okay, you guys can be Department of Homeland Security. You don't need to be with the rest of the DoD. You guys stay over here. And then it was just like, well, God damn it. Oh, and with war, you guys can just report to the Navy. So that just was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude, how come they just don't make your own fucking service? They do it. Let's put this way.
Not enough of it.
Yeah, but still, man. If the fucking Space Force is not enough of them, and you fucking they got to be their own fucking service.
But they have lasers.
Yeah, dude. Some of the stories, man. I like I said, it was just really weird. It was one of those things. You talk about. Somebody just said that the Army has, the Navy has a lot of tradition, but the Army not so much, which is kind of true. I mean, we have sort of quasi, whatever, but our traditions are getting shuffled because of feelings.
Yeah.
But like, did you hear? There was a submarine commander that was just relieved.
Yeah,
from the USS Alabama. You know that one movie Crimson Tide where Denzel?
I heard that is Crimson Tide, which also would be accurate for a Navy vessel, but Crimson Tide, I got you. Yes.
Well, Denzel was in it with freaking Gene Hackman, and the whole story was that the XO relieved the commander because they were trying to understand if they were authorized to launch nukes and yada yada yada. It was good. I love that fucking movie. It just steeps in Navy. Like you want to put some whites on and go freaking hang out on a dock in a pier or harbor and wear the fucking little teacup hat and whatever. Wear the big fucking Navy overcoats and shit. It just has that.
Yeah.
That. But you're right. It's like we have soldiers that fucking are like, well, they're wondering when they're gonna get their leaders fucking relieved or something like that for the most craziest fucking shit. A Navy guy, and even in the Coast Guard too. We have no confidence in you. You're fired. It's like, whoa, what the fuck did he do with the confidence shing? What happened with that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, it's just fucking nuts. It's just
I just derailed this whole fucking thing with Coast Guard.
No. It's because it's fascinating because a lot of it's not really derailing it. It's just fascinating because it's an unknown. The Coast Guard jumped into notoriety when that fucking guy was when that cutter and then that rib were chasing that narco sub, and then the two coasties jumped on it, and then that one guy in full kit with the fucking he just jumps on and starts banging on the fucking lid.
Yeah,
and the lid opens up and it's like, oh hi, how you doing? And the next thing you know, fucking get out of the fucking time, rah, rah. They fucking rah, it was fucking just like awesome, right? It was really fucking good. So that to me was just like it's that lore. There's somebody on the X app, and I'm trying to I'll remember it again. This individual is like all in his. I think he has family that served in the Navy or whatever. But he always wears all the He wears the Navy. How do I say this? Like there's some things in the Navy that you're still authorized to wear, even though it's old, like the old rank. And it's like he wears it. Like he always talks about this jacket here was worn in 1804. Yeah. And the next thing you know, he's wearing it and he's authorized to wear. The Marines could still do that with some of their uniforms. Like there's some guys that I know, Marine officers that don't tell the NCOs or don't tell their leaders, but they like wore their grandpa's fucking cover. Yeah. With the fucking with the little thing on there, and it still looks good from World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I ain't really derail it. It's just fucking fascinating as shit.
Yeah. Well, they just the sailor history in general and how steep that runs it's pretty. I mean, with Navy, Coast Guard, it just seems like it's because you tie in like, yeah, I'm a soldier, but I'm also a fucking sailor, which has its own like tradition, tying in, you know, everything back from fucking pirates to, you know, exploring the new world.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the whole sailor thing is steeped in some tradition for sure.
Yeah. It's again, to me, it's fascinating. It's just fucking like, wow. Quadrifoil. Thank you. I don't know. I'm not too much on the marine and naval thingies, but
I had no idea. I was just like, okay, cool.
yeah. So he's wearing that. Yeah. But the thing is that he has it steamed, he has it cleaned, and he still has the stuff that his grandpa from war. I mean, and it was badass. The Army, I couldn't wear I couldn't wear an old set of Army uniforms pieces.
Right.
Because everyone would be like, dude, what are you doing wearing that shit? That's outdated. That's a wear date. Well, wow. But the Marines and the Navy are so steeped in history that you just can't. You're just like, there's no, you can't tell. I mean, me being a soldier, I can't tell. But yeah, that's just fucking, dude. That's just fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I mean, you know, it's fun not knowing about military or like a lot about Marines uniforms, whatever. But as far as not thinking about that, man, when my A school graduation in Coast Guard, my grandfather was a retired colonel. Full board colonel in the reserves. He'd been Marines and then gone officer, and just with Army Reserve not Army Reserve, National Guard, excuse me, but still full colonel, whatever. I didn't think that was my grandfather. I had no idea. He shows up to my high school graduation in full fucking dress, because he was still, in at the time, and I hadn't told anybody that there was like a colonel coming to this, whatever. Dude, I got my ass absolutely fucking reamed for a good 15 minutes.
Do you know why? Yeah, because because the traditions are that you're supposed to have protocol notified that someone, a senior ranking officer on deck is going to come on that could possibly outrank your commanding officer, that they have to provide.
Well, the commanding officer of the base, or I should be commanding officer, the CFO was the main guy was the command master chief there, kind of ran the base, and he's the one I got called into his office. So this fucking, what the fuck are you thinking?
Oh man, oh no, man. One of the people that I served with, man, his dad was a fucking general, and not only was he the general, but he was the chief of engineers. Not only was he the chief of engineers, but he was also he's also one of the guys that created Sapper School, one of the guys that was named the best sapper competition. And so he
kind of a big deal.
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal. Fucking 3 stars showing up. And anyway, so he's like, Ken, my dad's coming. I'm like, what? What do you mean your dad's coming? Oh shit. Okay, cool. All right, cool. He's like, I told people that, my dad was coming, and they get okay. So, all right, cool. All right, cool. Your promotion comes up, and we're about ready to fucking have this thing, and you see this fucking van show up, and it's got stars on it, and you're like, I think it's his dad. And then doors open up, and there he is. Well, General Flowers. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm like, whoa, hey sir, what's going on? Hey, how you guys doing? Whoa, whoa. I mean, I served with his son, done some time deployed with him, so I already kind of knew the family.
Yeah,
but he told everybody. He's like, oh, fucking.
Yeah,
you didn't tell me, but he was trying to tell them,
yeah.
So it's like, I have a set of BDUs from circa 1992. They're so worn that could be a surrender flag cook whites. Yeah, there was a specific material that the Army, when they were making the uniforms, that every time you washed them, it faded the color out, and it started looking like white. They started looking like they're white. So
yeah.
But yeah, everyone was talking about how many uniform changes that the Army have. Well, let's put it this way: the Army has so many changes. Everyone was like, "Well, man, you're old. You've been in the Army for a long time." No. The Army has had so many fucking changes to their uniforms that you literally fucking. I just come in right before they were doing that BDU / green / whatever transition. And then we were good. And then there was the chocolate chips during Desert Storm. And then there was the BDUs, and then there was the DCUs, and then there was the ACUs with the UCP, and then now there is the ACUs with the OCP.
Yeah.
And as far as the dress uniforms, it was like greens. We had to dress greens, the old fucking funky 60s, 70s fucking shit, and then and whatever. There's so many. Yeah, you're right. Marine Corps, you're right. The Marine Corps only has that standard. They have. I mean, I can know this right now that if you ask if I ask a Marine, hey, show up and service Bs, whether they fucking just retired from World War II or they're in, they'll all be in the same fucking uniform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you say come in with your jungle camis, they will all fucking it's like really it's that steep, like I'm saying, that's steep with that tradition.
Yeah.
What had more changes, the uniform or the ACFT? Oh my God, I know, dude. The Army Combat Fitness Test, I think, has had the most. I say it definitely had the most traffic. I've never seen. We're talking about the ACFT. I've never seen such a movement where the physical fitness unit, the physical fitness test of a military was changed by public opinion and from within the troops. Like, I don't think I can do this. The next, okay, well, I guess we'll just do another exercise. I guess we'll do that. So.
Oh, I saw back in the comments. I think Phil said that. Excuse me when I said I'd whoop any Marine. I was like, I'll throw it out there. We can fight. You might be pregnant after we get done throwing down, but we'll fight.
Oh man, I don't know. You might be pregnant. Marines fuck everything, man. There's jokes out there. You can't fucking you can't send Marine. That's why Star Trek they didn't have Marines. They had soldiers in their fucking thing because Marines fuck everybody. They will find a hole and fuck it.
I joke. Yeah.
I enjoyed wearing the boonie cap. That's another thing too. That's a good idea. Why is it the military, specifically the Army, wants to wear it? They give you a boonie cap to wear, but they don't let you wear it. I never understood that. I never understood how, or the fleece sweat. I know this is Monday. This is normally a sergeant's time talking, but it's just fucking funny. So, anyways, we're gonna take a break right quick.
All right.
Refill your glasses, because we're gonna talk about some politics stuff about some people who doing some shady shit, but then now is using, I don't know. Anyways, well, it's
as they do,
as they always do. So, refill your glasses. Take a leak, hit the head latrine, whatever you want to call it, the bathroom, restroom. And we'll be right back. Shouts.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
If that's really a thing, and I get authorized to do it once, it's pretty much gonna be me sitting there talking shit, like, constantly.
Nothing feels the same. Let it all be
Take a look inside your life. Is it so bad? Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down. Why you keep it in your head? Is it so bad? Never heard a word you say it, and it's so sad. Tell me when you lost your way, 'cause it's so bad. Wanna see you when I pray, and it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down. Is it what you want? Is it what you need now? Is it what you breathe? Is it what you're bleeding now? Is it what you feel? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you wanted? I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down. Hello, hello, you. Will you come back down to me? Hello, hello, you. Will you come back down? Hello, hello, you. Won't you come back down to me? Hello, hello, you.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Shout out to you, Josh. Hope you're doing good. Speaking, he's in the Navy and he's out doing his Navy things out in, I think he's in Spain now. So
nice.
yeah, geez, fucking shout out to him. So anyways, okay. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So this next thing we're talking about politicians.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know if did you hear about this Senator Menendez guy? So supposedly he did something. He's saying he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And he didn't do nothing wrong. And so I just kind of get it. It's just kind of funny when. How do I say this? It's like it's hard for you as a politician to talk about rule of law on the Republican side and he's a traitor on the Democrat side.
Right.
And not fucking realize that when people of your own party fuck up, you just say, dude, just retire, just get out. Just get out. It's no big deal. And then you go, whatever. So Senator Menendez
he was indicted, right? Like he was actually indicted in charges.
At one time, well, this is the second time.
Oh, okay.
This is the second time that Menendez has been, is well, the first thing, here's the thing. Matter of fact, well, I think I'm flat decking on this right here. Menendez.
Well, the one I have in front of me is from the 25th from like 7:30, and it said that has been remained defiant in spite being indicted on bribery charges at the end of last week. So
Exactly that. Exactly. Will remain in office and facing bribery charges. Yes. Now, see, here's the thing: is that it was really funny because he was talking about impeachment and stuff like that and saying that it's a bad idea and all this other stuff. And then he's getting busted and all this other shit. But he was even like being hard on Egypt. Like he would say he was on Egypt over his detention of Americans and human rights abuses. And it was done, to bring federal money to a state, and he left, whatever. Well, it turns out that he fucking is being indicted for doing shit with Egypt. And now, of course, everyone says, well, it's his wife, though. But I thought it was his wife. Dude, shut up. If you were, I'm telling you, man, because if you're sleeping with I'm going to tell you what, you ever hear a pillow talk?
Yeah.
I know there's some time, guys like to, they have a little bit of bravado about them. They will reveal secrets when them clapping cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get in on, they want to get the lady to impress. They want to impress the lady. Dudes, it mostly happens in the intelligence community, though, or General Petraeus, that, they fucking want to have favor or whatever. But he was touting his record of being hard on Egypt over detention of Americans for human rights abuses, and him and his wife were indicted on a grand jury of bribery charges stemming from the relationship with three businessmen, according to court filings, with possible dealings with an admitted felon in the authoritarian regime of Egypt. And I'm thinking, dude, you actually just, oh my God, laugh my ass, dude. We all know people with ex-wives. You ain't lying, bro. As a divorce enthusiast, yes, I know what you're talking about there, Brandon. I can relate. Wait, is this a dig on me? What the fuck, dude? Anyways, so he quoteth to say that if you look at my actions related to Egypt during the period of this described indictment, throughout my whole career, my record's been clear and consistent in holding Egypt accountable. Well, the indictment says he has not. It said unsealed Friday by prosecutors in the Southern District of New York revealed the corruption allegations as brazen as they are breathtaking. Of course, this is out of New York, so I'm briefing New York local stuff. So I'm not doing this world global shit, talking about Fox News and CNN, what their take is. This is like to them is like, Trump. The Trump family is another example of, bro, the Trump family, the Biden family, the Clinton family, the Bush family, the Obama, bro. I mean, people fucking. They're going to talk. People, you want to get in on the fucking grip. You want to make some money and all that. Sometimes you use your, I'm just saying that just shit happens.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift and the Kansas City Chiefs. But that's another story. Anyways. I've already quoted and already made the hashtag, and I said it. I was claimed to myself. I call it Tailsy. Like Taylor Swift is Kelsey, and Taylor Swift put together first name Tailsy. Anyways.
I like it.
So I put a TM on it and hashtag it on the X app. So revealed that the corruption allegations have received cash, gold bars, payments towards a home mortgage, compensation for a slow or no job, a no-show job, which is, I guess, it's just being paid money for non-services, a luxury vehicle, and other value stuff. Now the federal, there you go. Thanks, Holly. The royal family. What do they do? What? I think we need to just send the bobs to all the governments. What did you do here? What do you? Because the royals are the same fucking way. The way we simp on the fucking royals, it's unreal. All it takes is one fucking. All it takes is a commenter like, what's her name, Meghan Markle, to jump in there, and the next you know, there's scandal because the Brits don't like anybody from the outside of the royal family intermingling with whatever, unless it's Camilla Bowles or something like that. Unless it's what's his name? King Charles. He's a king now, not
Right.
LeBron. King Charles. You know it's legit when gold bars won't. Yeah, exactly. Oh, nobody cares about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. All we care about is a breakup song on their next album.
It's gonna be a banger, guys.
It's gonna be. I was telling a friend, bro, it's gonna be a multi-set platinum DVD with a fucking Netflix series. It's gonna if those two break up. Oh my god, there's so much fucking drama about that. I'll talk about that in a minute. I know it's like normally it's in between pop culture and in between the sports bar, so I could kind of like finagle some lines in there. Federal agents searched his home and found over $480,000 of cash stuffed in envelope and stuffed in fucking safes, stuffed in jackets and clothing.
Well, but the important thing to remember is throughout his career, he's always been outwardly hard on and critical of Egypt.
Pretty hard on Egypt.
Well, it's just the political equivalent to, somebody like, well, I've preached the gospel and morality and not to, finger blast kids my whole career. I mean, I've done it, but I've consistently talked about not doing it. So it's totally
exactly. Well, it's kind of funny because the majority of them that get busted on those people that are like the ones that are like really reflecting. I'm going to piss off some Christian people right now that like it's like mostly the fucking youth counselors and the pastors. And oh, hey, Catholic Church, y'all got a fucking record too, type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel comfortable talking as harshly as we'd like to about the church. And
about the hypocrisy of all that shit, right? Because it is all hypocrisy. Because again, you can't sit there and say I'm hard on Egypt. You can't sit there and identify and be part of fucking panels and be part of committees when you're like legit fucking doing that yourself.
Even better if you'd have been gotten caught in a movie theater getting jerked off by an Egyptian while taking the gold bars.
Ooh,
that would have been the trifecta.
Where were them gold bars been placed? In other words, just in the prison trunk? I'm just saying.
Prison wallet, yeah.
The sports bar just said that the Catholic Church has sniffed more kids than Joe Biden. Now, you can't fucking fuck with me about that shit because there's always videos of him doing that stuff with the kids. And everyone's like, oh, it's just the way he is. He's touchy.
Oh my God. I mean, who doesn't know how kids smell, I mean, Jesus.
Oh, God. What's that? Well, not only am I a divorce enthusiast, but I'm also a collection of offspring as well. I have offspring, lots of offspring. And man, I just want to hey, go clean up. Go clean yourself.
Yeah, my son's hitting the age now. The other day, I was like, dude, you smell like an asshole. You have to go get a shower. And he was like, Dad. I'm like, no, seriously, dude.
So at any rate, again, so I'm taking this from local New York news. Pip says that leave Representative Boebert out of this, Massey.
Oh, I was just drawing a comparison.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, of course, purely a comparison. Any relation to any of the stories is purely coincidental. So he's like, for 30 years, I have withdrawn thousands of dollars from my personal savings account, which I kept for emergencies because of the history of my family facing confiscation in Cuba. Now this seems like old fashioned, but now their money's drawn from my personal savings account and the income that I've lawfully derived from all these 30 years, even though there's evidence of them getting money.
Yeah.
I just want to know what fucking congressman has all this fucking money on tap. An indictment also says that Menendez provided sensitive U.S. government information and took other steps to help Egypt out, including a ghostwriting letter on behalf of Egypt, pushing other senators to lift a hold on $300 million in money aid to them.
When does this kind of start crossing the line into like treason charges?
So I was about to say, dude, because
Jesus,
because we have troops on the Sinai. They're bordering it's a mission right there. We also have security cooperation. How do I say this? The missions that our soldiers are on.
Yeah.
So there's no fucking way that you can or cannot fucking say this is all intermingling.
Yeah. Because I 100% have some incredibly flexible internal morals, and I can relate with bribery. But treason's a whole different level of selling the secrets and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
We're not talking about somebody who's telling you, hey, man, I'll give you a couple extra bucks if you fucking speak for somebody for me, and here's a couple of Dude's got gold bars, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude's showing up with gold bars, and immediately the first thing he fucking said was, they're doing this because he's Latino. Like, dude, didn't you push the Latinx agenda in the Hispanic caucus?
Yeah.
So the thing is that he used the same fucking language used in 2017 on after a mistrial of federal corruption charges that he cast an indictment out. For years, forces behind the scenes have repeatedly attempted to silence my voice and dig my political grave. Bro. There's been New Jersey and New York Democrats calling for your ass to fucking resign.
Yeah.
If you got the Democrats telling you to fucking resign, because they're like, Heath says they're Latinx. He's Latinx. Correct. Governor Phil Murphy, Representative Andy Kim, Representative Mike Sherrill, Representative Bill Pressroll, Representative Frank Pallone, Representative Donald Norcross, Representative Josh Gottheimer, and even AOC said you need to retire, which, as you guys don't know, that's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Bro, you get back to me when you get that yellow cake. Don't drop that shit. Don't drop that shit. The alleged facts are so serious that they compromise the ability of Senator Menendez to effectively represent our people of our state. Therefore, I'm calling for his immediate resignation. This is from Governor Murphy's office, he said in a statement.
Yeah.
Even John Fetterman was able to articulate some sort of a sentence to say that he needs to resign. That guy, man. I don't know. Look, dude, it's funny because he just said, I'm mentally disabled and I have this issue and I have this stuff going on. And everybody knew he had a fucking stroke or something like that. He had something debilitating. And his wife was fucking like running his shit. And she even blocked me on Twitter.
Really?
Well, she blocked me on Twitter because I said, hey, is this you tweeting or fucking him? If your husband's like in a fucking hospital and shit and you're going out showing off like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. Doesn't that like, man, I want to be in my man's side type shit. Doesn't that kind of like shatter the fucking family, fractured, whatever? Anyways.
We'll stand by your man.
Yeah, exactly. Ode to Tammy Wynette and George Jones. Spokesman for Fetterman said that he will return $5,000 in political action committee money that was tied to Menendez in envelopes of $100 bills. Like, what the fuck, dude? On Monday, Ohio's Sherrod Brown became the second Democrat member to call on him to resign. Now, what's really fucking funny is on him, he even said, and let me find the fucking C-SPAN. There's a C-SPAN video of him saying that I'm just not gonna resign. This is what everyone's. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me window cap this.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not just gonna talk out of my ass and people get all upset and window cap this stuff.
You're not me.
You said exactly that. So this is what the dude looks like, and this is what the dude looks like, and that small inset picture is what you see about the loot. Now, bro, I'm gonna tell you what. If somebody gave me some fucking cash, I'm not talking about like treason. I'm not talking about treason. I'm not talking about that. But if someone was like doing some favors and shit like that on just like some shit that maybe it would not get me fucking indicted on some charges, I would not be fucking at all. You would, bro. You would not fucking. There will be signs.
Yeah.
You'll pull up to my fucking house and there'll be a Huey sitting in the front that flies.
Right.
You would be. I would have the most baller Star Wars collection theater set up on the planet.
I'd be melting those gold bars down. I'd be making grills and shit. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
he looks like somebody shrunk his face.
He just looks like he's fucking embattled and shit.
Yeah,
he looks like he's fucking done. He looks like he's tired. He's like he's whatever. So no one. And I think what it is that the reason why he's not resigning because I think he doesn't want to have a. I think there's a congressional power play. What would happen if he would resign? Senator Schumer's not saying shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just like, dude, man, I'm just like, it's just, bro, just, dude, resign. Just quit.
Just quit.
It's not because you're Latino or Latinx, whatever title of flavor you want to be today. It has nothing to do with a political agenda.
Yeah, I think a lot of the guys, though, when they get that deep, in that level of government, there's a lot of the whole sunk cost fallacy, too. It's like, you've invest that much time. It's just, you're not going to give up. You're just going to keep on pressing through no matter how fucking bad it gets, just because.
Yeah, dude, he gave a fucking speech saying, what? It's not my, yeah. Him and his wife fucking both charged. They're both, him and his wife are charged.
Yeah.
That's it blows my mind.
So I wonder how many gold bars he had.
I know. I would love just to have a gold bar. Just one.
What?
That's all I have. It's not much to ask for, right? Some strange Egyptian man to offer me a gold bar for something I could give him.
Yeah, apparently, and I'm not gonna haunt the audience here. Apparently, he had proposed to his old lady at the Taj Mahal. Which, hey man, you go, King. But I guess he's saying, and if you guys want to watch what animals sound like when they're getting,
I've seen movies that start like this.
Exactly. I'm expecting a meteor to come by or a lightning bolt to strike or something like that. But he's like there. Now, does this have anything to do with the other? I'm gonna tell you what, man. How fucking stupid do you have to fucking be? You should have done that. You shouldn't be posting that stuff. That's personal. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, it's out there on the net.
It's out there.
It's out there on the net.
Yep.
There's so much more to steal. He can't resign yet. Exactly.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, man.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah, it's just kind of like, I mean, there was more stuff, and there was more political stuff we wanted to talk about, but Massey was talking about the Coast Guard, so
yeah, it's fun.
This was awesome. I kind of like the Coast Guard segue though. It is it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm the first and only Coastie to infiltrate the ranks of WTF Nation, so I have
it's true. Well, not to mention the fact that the lawyer that's backing up now, guess who's the lawyer? Guess who's his lawyer?
Oh, I don't know.
It's the same lawyer that's defending Hunter Biden.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
Yes. It's just fucking incredible. Politico had a little sort of quasi fucking article about it. Stories about guns, money, and power that strikes at the fraud of American diplomacy. Menendez denies any wrongdoing, saying prosecutors are misrepresented in a normal congressional office and attacking his wife. That's a good question too, David. Well, how much of it is going to Putin or how much is this involved with Putin? Because if there's any more connection to the Russian collusion drama, it would probably be something like this. Because isn't Egypt a close ally with Russia? Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah. Tell you, man, this upcoming election cycle is it's going to be a shit show.
Oh my god!
Like as this stuff's building, it's going to be
a fucking train wreck. It's going to be a train wreck. It is going to be.
I think it's going to make the 2016 cycle look like a fucking Pixar movie, I think.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. I'm curious to see. I'll be honest with you. I had a conversation with somebody about this too, and it's like everyone wants to talk about, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about that, yada yada yada. And I'm like, you know what? What's wrong with the military fucking running the election?
Yeah.
That's a question for you. What is that too fucking militaristic? Is that too authoritarian? Is that too dictatorship like? Too
right. It smells like a regime.
The regime thingy or something like that. I'm just kind of wondering what's the. I'm libertarian, so I'm just gonna get the popcorn. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because I think if the military was in charge of running elections in Afghanistan and Iraq, and everyone's talking about how not secure our elections are, then fine. Why don't we just have it secured by one of the most secured entities to secure an election that has experience being involved in elections or supervising elections? Have the U.S. military do it.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, don't during election time, don't even send anybody to the field or something like that. During election season, you just became a fucking poll worker, and you're only going to have the polls that are open in this specific time. I mean, the whole election drama is fucked up to begin with. Everyone likes to say that if you're not doing this, you're not letting somebody else vote. You're not doing this, you're letting somebody else. There's some people that don't even want to fucking go to work, that don't even want to fucking pay their own bills and shit, and you're trying to tell them that You're disenfranchising them for not voting. What if people don't want to fucking vote? It's not my fucking fault if you miss a fucking poll. Have the election day start, and it should be a holiday. That's me. That's my thinking.
Yeah.
It should be a holiday. It should start off at 23:59 the day before election day, and then at 0001 on election day, that's when the polls should open.
Right.
That's it. And it's 24 hours all the way until fucking midnight until the end of election day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you show up, and you'll have an MP there. We did it in Iraq. You get your little fucking finger, you dip it in ink, and you put your thumb on there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You put your fingerprint on there. There you go. Bam.
Yeah.
I don't get how it's so difficult that when you talk about having voter ID or how you're talking about having to vote, it's kind of like whatever. So, anyways.
Yeah. I was like the George Carlin bit when he was like, "I don't vote," and then people try to blame shit on me. He was like, I didn't pick either one of these assholes, so I can complain all I want.
Exactly.
All day long."
Exactly. I'm just saying, and Moose, like I said, thank you for agreeing. I just think that election day should be a holiday.
Agreed. Yeah.
It should be a holiday. As a matter of fact, it shouldn't be like a holiday because you're actually doing a civic duty. Just like how you get a day off to do jury duty, you got to do jury duty. It should be the same way. It should be like jury duty. It is on election day that everyone shuts the fuck down, and that's it. Let the states run it. That's right. Let the state National Guard run it.
Oh, that'd be a good use for the National Guard.
Right? Let the National, because that's what I'm saying. The National Guard likes to be voluntold for fucking what? Driving school buses, being crossing guards, doing whatever, helping whatever.
Hurricane response.
Yeah. So you're right, Musa. Let the states run it. Let the National Guard run that fucking shit. I know people are gonna fucking go fucking crazy and shit because
it's actually not a bad idea. I wouldn't. Yeah.
So, anyways, you're watching the Monday Edition with myself and Musa.
Hey.
The state, not the military. Yeah, the National Guard, dude. The National Guard. Have the fucking National Guard. Hard to get poll worker volunteers it is. Imagine volunteer and whatever. Yeah, with the National Guard, you get paid. How about that? If you are in the National Guard, you get paid the weekend. So that way you have one day of whatever briefing you have. Here's how you fucking run this. Here's how you hey, I'm sorry, man. Musa, civilians are just fucking this up now.
Mm-hmm.
And civilians are the ones that are crying that we have foreign influence. What better way to secure it? We have National Guard pilots flying around the air in Alaska, ensuring that we are good to go, making sure that Ivan doesn't cross over. Just saying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Not a bad idea.
Yeah. So, no, I'm not going to talk about Taylor Swift. No, I'm not going to fucking do that. You're watching the Monday Edition. The Monday Edition with myself and Massey. You're listening to us on Kick. 2 Facebook pages at US Army WTF Moments of WTF Nation Radio, and X app and YouTube. It's hard for me to say Twitter, and then everyone's like, "No, it's not. It's not."
Yeah. But yeah, I'm currently watching on YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube. If you want to get some good, how do I say it? Non-delay, just hit YouTube, and then you'll be able to.
And also, the great thing about YouTube is you can see all the comments from the other platforms.
Yes,
filter in at once.
There you go. There you go. So this is Monday, Tuesday. We have Pop Culture Warrior. As a matter of fact, I think we got a guest. We have Dominic Law. He's going to be coming on, and with Pop Culture Warrior. I'm curious to know what's going to talk about. I think he's going to talk about some gaming stuff and some AI shit or some shit.
Like the nerd shit.
Nerd geeky stuff. 27th, of course, that following day is going to be Sergeant's Time. Oh, I'm sorry, not Sergeant's Time. God damn, dude. I'm confused. It's Wednesday. It'll be the Smoke Pit with TZ and Radar. Then Thursday, the 28th is Sergeant's Time. And then, of course, Friday Night Freedom with Kaz and Pookie is not a bye week, so they will be on air this week. And then, of course, the Sports Bar on Sunday with the Asheville King Smith and the coach. What do you hear? What do you say? So, guys and gals, thanks so much for hanging out and shooting the shit. I think we just had some breaking news.
Oh,
David McCallum, the NCIS guy who played Bucky at NCIS.
Oh, yeah.
He just passed, died dead at 90.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it's like 90. He's old.
Yeah,
he
was already old dude. Oh
yeah.
My God, that's breaking news right fucking now. This is so fucking sad. So portrayed as Bucky, David McCallum. NCIS, if you guys know him, born in Glasgow in 1933, studied at the Royal Academy of Music and switched gears after receiving a positive response from Shakespeare's King John. Man, that sucks, man. So rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, 90 years old, man. That's a long life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anywho,
I hope I don't make it to 90. Honestly,
bro,
cut off in my like late 70s. I think.
Bro, we're watching old happening in real time with fucking this president, and his fucking and D. Treasy and Trump too.
Yeah.
So, oh my God. So, anywho, I think that's it. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for tuning in. You don't have to hang up right now, man. Yeah, we just normal shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, y'all have a good one, and I need to talk to you anyways afterwards. So,
okay.
oh yeah, I need to talk to you. So, shots. So y'all have a good night. See you.
Please.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Sometimes when I look at, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, I think it's WTF Army or something.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
The horse, with beauty unsurpassed, strength immeasurable, and grace unlike any other, still remains humble enough to carry a man upon its back. When a service member or first responder takes an oath, he or she has mentally and physically committed themselves with self-sacrifice. From the front lines abroad to the very streets you live on in America, they protect. This oath is non-refundable and it is lifelong. Facing unimaginable dangers and unseen scars, these grounds are a place to recover and face any challenges head-on. As veterans and first responders ourselves, we know that battle all too well. From a simple talk with a friend on horseback to an entire debrief in the barn, this sanctuary has seen recovery take place time and time again. No hour of life is wasted that is spent in a saddle. The way we approach change isn't a new phenomenon. This animal has been with humans over 5,000 years. If you've ever been around a horse for long enough, you'll feel that thing, that electric trust. In that moment, nothing else is in your mind. When they turn into you, it's like the world disappears. We harness that moment to build skills off of. Repurposing requires flexibility, adaptability, and the willingness to challenge assumptions and conventional thinking. This approach can be applied to many areas in life, including business, education, and personal growth. To ride a horse is to fly without wings. This lesson and skills learned at War Horses will help reintegrate back into daily life. You'll learn coping mechanisms, improved communication skills, trust and confidence that will help reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. These tools can be used every day to navigate life and take on many challenges. This may involve practicing mindfulness, setting boundaries, improving communication with loved ones. Transitioning back to society is hard on your own. And when you're at War Horses, you're family. And families solve problems together.
Сьогодні ти знову написала, що тобі страшно. І я знову попрошу. Ні, сьогодні я накажу відставити боятись. Погладь за мене Бармалея і спокійно лягай спати. До речі, як там Урусю в школі? Скажи тату берегти серце і обійняти маму. І взагалі, давайте усміхатися. Ваші силі краса. Допомагайте один одному і виручайте. Цілуйте любимих. Святкуйте свою свободу. Ви за нашими спинами, ось такі теж надійні, не ховаєтеся, прикриваєте нас із тилу. Зробіть так, щоб ми пишалися вами. І ми повернемось. Повернемось і будемо жити.